Joe Biden swore an oath. He said, "I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, and I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States." And he is failing to uphold his oath. You see, Article 4, Section 4 says that the U.S. guarantees each state against invasion. Joe Biden is failing the American people by refusing to uphold the law and the Constitution. But Afghanistan is where it really hurt. You see, Article 3, Section 3, Joe Biden could be guilty of treason. Our law says that levying war against the U.S., adhering to the enemies of the U.S., and giving aid and comfort is treason. He abandoned Americans in Afghanistan and seems to have no interest in getting them back. I asked this committee to bring my articles of impeachment forward in hearings and markup. Why did President Biden say he has been to the border?
Well, Peter, as you may have seen, there's been reporting that he did drive through the border when he was on the campaign trail in 2008.
So Biden has not been to the border. Peter Doocy says he said he was at the border last night. He's not been. What do you say? She says, he was there in 2008. He was there 15 years ago. Don't you know anything, Peter? He was at the border 15 years ago. I think that counts, Peter.
I was told basically that I was never allowed to pitch, not cover, but even pitch another story about vaccines because my boss trusted me on everything else, but not that. And so basically that's like your manager telling you, you can't even say the word in your newsroom. And to me, that was totally insane. The average reporter is covering something different every day, which means they think, and they often say this, that they're becoming mini experts, but really they're not, right? We're not really mini experts. We don't really know what we're talking about. We often recycle bureaucratic talking points. We often recycle press releases from the government, and we don't ask enough questions. And like you said earlier, we look at people like Alex Jones or InfoWars, and we're like, those are the fringe people, right? Because they ask those questions. And I really think that we do it to each other in the newsrooms, and then we do it to the public to typecast and promote fear and divisiveness so that you won't go learn something new. You won't associate with somebody who's different than you, because if they can keep you in your echo chamber, if they can keep you afraid, if they can keep you from hearing other ideas, then they keep you controlled.
It's time now to begin to arrest those who have gone against our government, the Cheneys, the Rumsfelds, all of them. Liz Cheney is nothing more than a surrogate of her father. She's pathetic. And all of this notion that we have a republic and they call it a democracy. I want all of our politicians to learn one simple lesson. Our founding fathers did not want a democracy, you morons, for the simple reason that each person would have had a vote. And that's what they learned from the French. Instead, we have a republic, which means it's representation. So from now on, the Condis and Nancy Pelosi, where do you think Pelosi comes from? Alessandro corruption in Maryland. I had to deal with her father and her brother. Old Italian mafia. No accountability. Stop the politics. Teach our children. Stop the politics. Teach our children.
The reason for speaking today is vetting library resources. Several recent books clearly cross the line of decency, promoting obscene acts by young children. Any potential behavior influenced by these few books will result in broken lives. Said books are simply grooming tools for predators.
If you have kids watching the live stream, please take them out of the room, because this is what is being shown in our school library. It's not appropriate for children. I only feel the need to show you because it's just as uncomfortable for me to look at these images as it should be for you. And this is what's available and given to our children. The current bulk book purchase process is broken. In the last few weeks, parents across the district have discovered multiple books such as Lawn Boy, Gender Queer, and Out of Darkness on the shelves of our school libraries, and this is unacceptable. These books and others include X-rated pornographic pictures and illustrations and or text descriptions of sex acts, with one book graphically describing two 10-year-old boys performing oral sex on each other, and another describing in detail an adult molesting a child. That would be this one that remains in the school library.